Gentlemen, I'm sure you're wondering why I called this meeting. Thought about this long and hard. Tonight, it begins. We're going to war against the 5 families. We're filming this here, and it's Easter week, so we thought we'd do a little tableau for you of the Last Supper. That's not really what's happening. What's happening is something that has never happened before. This is an undergoing the logistics are going to blow your mind, and the taste is going to blow your taste buds. We're here for something called Brewed Together, and the idea is, what if some of the best breweries in the Quad Cities all worked together on a project that had the same grain bill, and then they all kind of put their own spin on things. This was the idea of, I'm guessing, Chris at Adventurous Brewing, or is this something you all had been talking about for a while? This is your baby, Chris.
It was all my idea.
Your idea?
No, it was Chris.
Right, what do they say? Success has many fathers, and every failure is an orphan. So far so good, but right now, Chris, you'll raise your hand and say this was your idea.
Yes.
The logistics of this alone, I mean, I can't get 4 people to go golfing. I can't imagine how you get all these brewers with all the hard work that you all do and like your schedules to get this together. Help us understand the idea for this and then how you made it happen.
Well, I mean, we have a WhatsApp group that all the brewers, the local brewers, are part of. So we ask questions. We meet up once a week or whenever we can, every couple weeks. And I was just thinking, well, it'd be fun to, like, everybody that's in that group, that we could all do a beer together, and kind of help, like, there's people say that go to Stomp Box that haven't been here, or vice versa, and Bet River, and Green Tree, and everybody. So it's like, maybe that can draw attention to people that didn't know about a brewery or have never been there. So maybe that beer, if we all do that same beer, it'll kind of be like a destination you have to go to get it. So we're going to do it every 2 weeks.
This is a question, I guess, for the floor, because I know other businesses have told me that this is an issue in the Quad Cities. I mean, I know that we like to say that the river unites us. Do you find there are people who will not come to your brewery because they're on the other side of the river?
100%. Oh yeah.
That's still a common problem. Yeah. So I'm guessing that this would kind of help to combat that. If you're going to be a part of this and try and see like what all the breweries are doing, this is a good way to get people who are reluctant for reasons I can't understand.
I feel like that idea alone is why we're all sitting here.
Is that really it?
I mean, I wouldn't be in Iowa unless this was going on.
No, right.
They don't hurt us for a reason.
Or should we say they wouldn't have let you in if we weren't doing this?
We had to sneak Cameron in a box, actually. So part of this is about coming together and working on a project, but it sounds like what also is important for all of you, and if there's anyone that doesn't agree with this, is getting your beer into hands and mouths that may not be, not their first brewery of choice. It's a way to introduce yourself to other
Get people
customers.
moving. Yeah, right. Get people moving.
So, like, by and large, are most of your customer bases from the side of the river that your brewery is on? Is that really a problem? Or?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, 5 cities, we see the guys from Bettendorf, and they don't really cross over.
Right.
And so we see it all the time. It happens.
But kind of, that's the idea of a neighbor. I mean, it's a good thing that people in the neighborhood go to that brewery. You wouldn't want to lose that, but this is just a matter of getting more people interested, or even just knowledgeable about your beer, yeah?
I think a lot of people are unaware that there's that many breweries in the Quad Cities. Even ones that have been here longer than us, and be like, "Well, have you ever been there?" And they're like, "I didn't even know there was. I never even heard of that brewery before."
Right.
So that's kind of the idea here. Is like kind of like maybe you go to this brewery and you're like, "I didn't know there was these breweries over in Iowa side." They just don't know.
And working on an outlier around the Quad Cities, you have to take at least a 10-minute drive to go to LeClaire, depending where you're at.
Right.
And make it through these speed camera gauntlets.
Yeah. Well, there's only one now. Only one now. But it's like just take a 10-minute drive, or people from that side take a 10-minute drive to this side of town. So
there's the thing like the QC Ale Trail, which is a fantastic thing. But that is more towards like just travel and tourism. I don't think it's really Quad City specific.
Right. Right.
Yeah, just getting that awareness from either side of the river is probably important to all of us. Like, we're right there. Like Bent River in downtown Moline is literally 5 minutes away from here.
Yeah. And the Ale Trail seems to be people who are already wanting to go out and experience new things. We have people who are 10, 15-minute drive from Twinspan, and they've never heard of it.
They've never heard of it, and they've never set foot in the place.
Attempt to get people out of their comfort zone.
Yeah. And I think too, like a lot of, I mean, without getting into specifics, collaboration beers between breweries is pretty common.
Right.
But for the most part, it's usually Brewery A and Brewery B get together, brew a beer, and it's getting canned or served primarily at one, possibly both locations, but I don't necessarily know that it raises awareness of craft beer in our community, like on a bigger picture, bigger scale. And I think that's what hopefully this like collaboration that we're doing here, given that we're all going to brew a similar beer, each brewery's doing it 2 weeks apart, so we're gonna have this beer being available at many locations for the next 2 to 3 months. So
Yeah, and you're going to get a taste every brewery's spin on this, essentially the same recipe with some differences in hops and yeast and process. So I think that's really cool. I'm going to try every single one for sure, and I hope a lot of customers come out and try every single one, because you're going to taste Stompbox, you're going to taste Twinspan, you're going to taste just all the breweries and all of their spins on the same thing.
It's going to be a great spring to summer adventure.
Yeah.
The nice thing is also is if they decide that they don't want to cross the river or not, you know, your buddy goes to say they go to the Wake, and then another buddy goes to Adventurous or Five Cities. You're going to be able to get the cans and hang out together and drink them together too. So
Right on.
It's just going to bring awareness of the whole community, and it's actually given us a lot of I don't know, a cool experience for all of us to be able to do something together too.